thoughts, views, and opinions of this podcast are for those who don't give a about others' thoughts, views, and opinions. You say what the fuck you want to say. And if that's how we feel, that's how we feel. If you hurt, so what? Keep it alone. Respectfully. Welcome to the show.
What's up? We're back. Respectfully, a pod show quickie Super Bowl edition. I'm here. 83 Kicks, Swayze's here. Trey motherfucker is here.
What up?
S. Dot is not, and Tress C. Hamp is not. But hopefully we got a quick Super Bowl review recap for you, Trey.
All right, so basically, I'm gonna go ahead and start out like this. Like, what if I told y'all to come over my crib? There is going to be a record-breaking Super Bowl that I want y'all to watch. Would y'all want to come over?
Of course.
Of course, yeah. Now, what if I told you that the record is going to be 5 field goals by one kicker in one game is going to break the record? Is that still?
You can keep it.
Yeah, I thought, bro, that basically rounds up the whole Super Bowl for me, bro. It was like lackluster. First off, let me just go ahead and say, congratulations, Seattle Seahawks won 29-13 Super Bowl. Was it 60? Is that what it was?
I'm not Roman, so I don't know.
No, okay.
Congrats to our Ohio State alumni.
Yeah. They were in Levi Stadium, Santa Clara, California, 49ers home stadium. I mean, yeah, it was a
so we had
lackluster.
We had the Patriots. We had the Patriots versus the fucking Seattle Seahawks. Correct.
The only thing good about that game was the D. That's it.
Whoa. Pause.
Okay.
Yeah, so I guess we're gonna go right into it. I mean, shit. Yeah, we're gonna get right into it. We're just gonna give a review on our thoughts of the game and halftime. So stick around if you want to hear about our thoughts on halftime. We're gonna do that after we cover the actual game. But like Trey said, yeah, we had the fucking Seattle Seahawks, New England Patriots, February 8th of 2026. Super Bowl in Santa Clara in my Niners stadium. You know, fuck them niggas. Seahawks went on.
Tell me why. Okay, so why the fuck did they bring the Seattle Seahawks 12-man flag onto the Niner field? I was like, man, that's a little disrespectful, man. Especially being in the same league. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
it is what it is. That shit don't really bother me. I don't really give a fuck. I mean, the Super Bowl was going to be in our stadium no matter what. Some other team was going to celebrate. If it wasn't us, only 2 teams have won on their home field, which was the Rams and I believe it was Tampa Bay, which were both recent. So every team got to deal with some other team celebrating on their shit, whether it be the division rival. Yeah, does it maybe sting or looks just a little bit worse? Maybe, but at the end of the day, who gives a fuck? Like, my team didn't win. They don't get an extra ring for that bullshit. So it is what it is. So yeah, what'd y'all think of the game? Just were y'all entertained?
I'm not gonna lie
at all.
I mean, I put a couple bets on the game, so it made it a little more interesting for me. That's kind of like my first time watching both teams play like a full game. But I'm not gonna lie, I was excited. My kids chilled, they hung out with me, watched the game. Cooked some food and tried to make, like a event out of it. Um, I'm not gonna lie, after in the middle of the second quarter, I was ready to turn the shit off. Like, it wasn't like, I mean, the D was good, but other than that,
gotta stop with the D, bro.
like nothing was, they weren't really moving the ball like that. I mean, Seattle was. The running back, what's his Kenneth Walker the third?
Kenneth Walker the third, yeah.
Yeah, like he was.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was alright. It was mid. Wasn't really It was alright.
Yeah, it was. I mean,
yeah. So, go ahead, Trey. Go ahead.
I mean, like, this is my takeaways from the game, and I'll keep it quick because there really wasn't that. We had 3 quarters of nothing but field goals. Nobody scored a touchdown until the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Like, I get that we had two really good defenses on the field, and to be honest, like, this was a. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, it was a. I would say, sorry, let me go back. I would say this was a good game, but the problem is, I feel like Drake May was a deer in the headlights, bro. He was missing wide open passes left and right. Like, it would have been a totally different game if. I mean, I would feel a totally different way if it was like a 6-3 game, but Drake May was actually hitting targets, and but he just couldn't push. They couldn't move the ball, or if the receiver wouldn't catch the ball, or if the defender was defending the ball. But no, he's missing wide open targets, and this would have been a totally different game if he actually made those passes. Now, on the other hand, sorry, I'm just giving my opinion of everything real quick, just to run down. Sam Darnold, I'm happy to see him succeed. And the reason I say I'm happy to see him succeed, he has been on 5 teams in his 8-year career, and most of those teams did him kind of dirty. I mean, there was like, he was supposed to be their starter, maybe he got injured, maybe he did something else, you know what I mean? Especially with the Vikings when they went ahead and grabbed old boy from Michigan and just sent Sam Darnold packing on his way. It's like, yo, like, he wasn't a bad quarterback for Minnesota. I mean, he was decent. Yeah, I think he did. Pretty sure he took him to the Super Bowl. I mean, not Super Bowl. He took him to the playoffs too, because I think it was the same year that Detroit was coming back up. And they both, Detroit and Minnesota, got to the playoffs. But like, my man Sam Darnold, congrats to him. Like, I feel like this was his moment. And one of those quarterbacks that got passed around a few times, like a $5 hooker, was definitely got his shine in. And congrats to him. Kenneth Walker, he had some. He was a dog out there, mind you. The only person that had any fucking highlights in the game: 135 yards, 27 carries, 161 scrimmage yards altogether. Pretty decent performance. But all in all, like, this game was sad, man. Especially for a Super Bowl.
Fuck this shit. Fuck Sam Darnold. Fuck the fucking Seahawks. All right. Fuck the dark side. Fuck all the 12s, each and every one of them. Fuck them all. All right. That game was ass. And that, to me, that was like that's going to go down as probably one of the worst Super Bowls in NFL fucking history. Besides, didn't Buffalo get their fucking doors blown off one time? No. Yeah. Well, I think we beat the shit out of the Chargers. But that shit was boring, man. I get it, but it's like, do you think the team? So let me ask y'all this. Before I carry on. Do y'all think that the best teams that represented the NFL last night? Do you think the Seahawks are the best team in the NFL?
I think no, I don't think the Seahawks are the best in the NFC, and I don't think the Patriots were the best in the AFC. So, okay. I mean, I don't think either one of the teams. There was some, and I'll keep it short. There was a couple things that happened during the season and the playoffs that definitely contributed to these two teams going to the Super Bowl. But I don't think they're the best two teams in the league that made the Super Bowl this year.
I agree. Defense, Seattle's defense, I will give them credit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kind of bullshitting around at the beginning, obviously, but it is fuck all of Seattle and the 12s. Don't get that
coming from a Niners fan.
Yeah. But their defense definitely played well, as they have been all season. But let me give you this. This is what I could take from this game. I'm going to try to be fast about it. One, the game was a snooze fest. Mm-hmm. The Patriots actually could have won this game. Seattle didn't even, they scored 9 points in the first half. Was it like 9-0? Or was it 12?
Yeah, it was 9-0 going into, I think it was 9-0 going to halftime.
Going into fucking halftime. It was 9-0. It wasn't like Seattle was doing something great either. And yeah, the Patriots just, golly, bro. I think they gave up that nigga got sacked, 6 times?
Yep.
I think at the end, towards the end of the game, that last one they picked up for a touchdown, it looked like his hand was going forward, and they just I felt like they were just like, fuck it, the game is over. this is going to be more exciting to at least we get some more scoring going on. So we just let it go. Cause I'm like, I think regular season that's getting reviewed and that's going to be an incomplete pass, but whatever.
Refs were ass anyway. This whole game, honestly. There's some calls. I was like, yo, like this is a Super Bowl, man. Let's make the calls right. Come on.
Yeah, I mean they let what's his name, Diggs, get fucking manhandled out of bounds, punched, everything, and they didn't do any goddamn thing.
Bro, that'd have been a suspension, like game thrown out of a game, any other game.
Yeah.
But that's at that same moment there was a streaker running across the field, so I think the people were more focusing on the streaker than the actual fight that was occurring on the sidelines between Diggs and the other players. But
pause real quick. So before the game, my kid was like, "You putting in any bets, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." He was like, he brought up, "Are you gonna put a bet for a streaker in the game?" And I didn't cuss him out, but I was like, "Bro, it's just not gonna happen." You know what I mean? Next thing
should have put that bet in, bro.
I didn't tell him yet.
Hey, I don't know how true it is, but I know he had something written on his back, so I don't know what it was. They try not to show him no more. I saw the video though on social media of the guy, but I saw some years ago some dudes came up with a scheme that they were going to streak and they put a bet in, and they already also had the bail money saved up to bail the dude out. But I'm like, hey, that's a fucking genius bet.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I'm saying? But back to the game, man. Yeah, it seemed like the Patriots couldn't do shit offensively. It feels like Drake May was definitely not prepared for the moment. Seattle's defense kind of smelled blood, and I think they just went for it, and they did what they were supposed to do. But overall, that game was just not good to me.
Yes.
It was not a good game. And then, you can try to lean on the whole, well, it was a defensive. That's how defensive games are when you got two good defenses. I get it, but I didn't necessarily view it like that. I just viewed one really good defense going up against a mediocre team at best on that day, particularly. So I don't know. I do feel like I was hoping that the Patriots won for obvious reasons, but I think that would have solidified our conversation earlier on one of our pods when we all put the Patriots in our top 3 NFL organizations. I'm like, once they hit 7 and they're the leaders of everybody, it's kind of hard to deny that their spot in that, that top 3 that we had. But yeah, that was kind of the game was a snooze fest, and I think it's going to go down as like a Mickey Mouse Super Bowl. Obviously, it's gonna be there, but it's gonna also be that Super Bowl that everybody was like,
"What happens when players get injured?"
Yeah, who gives a fuck? Like there was.
It's like the 2020 NBA playoff winners. Like who cares? Like who won the 2020?
So you think if Bo Nix didn't get injured, they would have won?
I do.
It would have been a better game for sure.
Yeah,
I don't know if they would have won. But
Bo Nix got that dog in him, and I don't think I think Drake May. They're both sophomores, right? Drake May and Bo Nix. I think they're both sophomores. I just think Nix has more of a. May is still kind of learning, and don't get me wrong, he had an incredible season. I feel like I really liked watching him play this season. I feel like he had a great season. I wanted to see more of what he did this season in this game than what he did this game, because he looked like straight ass. Like he did not look like a Super Bowl quarterback, and he basically proved to all of his critics that he is not as good as what everybody put him in.
That nigga didn't look like a playoff quarterback, okay? And it's crazy that he was like 1 or 2 votes shy of the fucking MVP. Good grief, bro. I don't know. I
like the kid. I like the kid. I feel like he has a bright future ahead of him, but like he needs to. That shit right there, that shit don't fly, and that's the same. Now the funny thing about that whole scenario is, he grew up, right, Panthers fan. He went to the Super Bowl when Cam Newton went to the Super Bowl. Cam Newton had the same shit happen when he went to the Super Bowl. Fucking just could not play. That's not funny, but to say what is like funny, like you watching your
in the same stadium.
Was the same stadium?
Yeah, it was in Levi Stadium.
That is a storyline right there.
Yeah. So let me ask y'all: do y'all think that Kenneth Walker deserve to be MVP, or should the kicker have gotten MVP?
Nah, Walker
Since there
did his
was
thing.
a record.
Nah, I think
I would
Walker
say
did his
earlier. I think it was a kicker,
You would go with the kicker?
bro. 12. He put up 12 fucking points.
So
Like,
somebody said that in the group chat, and I said Walker. And the only reason I said Walker is because he was having at that point he was having just a decent kind of game, but it was decent enough that was the reason they kept getting into field goal range.
yeah.
So that's why I would have given it to him. I think he used the
bro. My
true
guy had
MVP.
135 yards. Um, yeah, I mean he did his thing for sure. I mean, I give it to the
Yeah.
kicker, but I feel like Walker got you in a position to make the field goals. So
I mean,
definitely
to put it
helped
this
out.
way, he was the only person making any plays until the fourth
Yeah,
quarter.
and I mean
So,
by the time the fourth quarter, when all the action started, like I was already out of it. Like,
Yeah,
was,
it was done.
I was drunk by the fourth quarter. I'll tell you that much.
What do y'all think about, given the fact that now Sam Darnold is a Super Bowl winning quarterback, right? And it's like he was just our backup 2 years ago, and then he went to
Yeah.
Minnesota, then he went to Seattle, and he did good for us. You know what I'm saying? But what do y'all think do you think that teams need to start focusing more on the, I guess, quote unquote, game manager style quarterbacks? I mean, because if you look at Josh Allen and his team isn't trash. You look at Lamar Jackson, he's got a super team. And these two dudes ain't ever even played in the Super Bowl. And you got people like a Sam Darnold, Brock Purdy, game that they consider game managers. Obviously Brock Purdy hasn't won, but he's played in one Super Bowl. Or has he played in two? Yeah, he's played in one. The other one was Jimmy G.
I think one Super Bowl and two championship
NFC
games.
championship games. Yeah. You know, Flacco going back to the Ravens, Carson Wentz, look, he fucking won a Super Bowl. Then Nick Foles comes in, he didn't. The Wentz didn't play in the Super Bowl. He got hurt before the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Nick Foles came in after that. Yeah.
Nick came in after that. But look, they won. I don't know. Do y'all think that says something about how teams should approach getting quarterbacks? Or
This is how I feel about the whole situation on that. Now, you have a quarterback to run your team, right? So you need to develop your offense instead of because people want to go out and get the flashy new kid on the block and they want to go get the guy that can you can run and throw, the guy that can has a big body, pause, and the guy that is just what I mean. They want to get that new mecca of a quarterback. But the thing what they need to teams need to start focusing on is what quarterback do you have in the lineup right now, and how can you make a team around him, around like what he can do. So let's throw Goff in, for instance. Goff cannot run for shit. Goff is probably the worst running quarterback in the NFL. Now you put an offensive line in front of him instead of focusing on playmakers. You put an offensive line in front of him in the actual pocket. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the pocket in the league right now. So as long as Goff has an offensive line, he's gonna be a good quarterback. And then that's what I'm saying is like you focus on the quarterback, not on what kind of scheme you want to run. And actually, sorry, let me go back. Focus on the scheme. Focus a scheme around the quarterback that you have to play with, rather than trying to get a flashy guy. Because you might have a systematic quarterback, and as long as you have a system to play with, then you're not gonna. We're not gonna get your. You're not gonna get your Peyton Mannings and your honestly, I think Tom Brady was a system quarterback. But you're not gonna get your Peyton Mannings. You're not gonna get your Cam Newtons. You're not gonna get your all the rest of these all-star quarterbacks all the time. You're gonna have a guy that can throw or pass good. I'm speaking Stone Age language right now, but he can throw or pass good. But do you need to develop the team around him and what he can do, not what you're looking for?
I agree with that. What do you think, Swayze? I mean, y'all got Joe Burrow, so
Yeah, he's an all-star.
I mean, I kind of agree with Trey said. Kind of work with what you got. I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, I apologize. I got distracted for a second while you guys said that. I was looking at my FanDuel. I had a cash out option for $91 right now. My brain's just going. Sorry.
If I have my
But yeah,
shit hooked up, I'll give you the money chant. The money, 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 money.
yeah. I haven't seen a cash out in so long, so it just caught me off guard.
Oh, good.
But yeah, I don't really have an answer. Sorry, I don't really know like about the
All good.
game change or anything like that. Yeah, I apologize.
It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, I mean, I guess like you said, if you get a guy who's a guy, as Drake would say, I mean, if you got a guy that's a guy, you know, then
Yeah,
cool. But if you just get a guy that's just, a guy,
Yeah.
you gotta you gotta
I
you
mean,
make that shit work.
if I can say one thing, um, I mean, I do feel like you should take a little bit more time to see where it goes. You know what I mean? Um,
Yep.
maybe like not the one and done, like Sam Darnold. You know what I mean? Minnesota got rid
Right.
of him,
Right.
and now look at him. He's in the Super
Well,
Bowl.
right. He started in Carolina. He
So,
was the
you
number
know, at
2
least,
pick, I believe, or the number 4.
yeah, especially being like in the top 10, you know what I mean? Like, you just wasted a pick damn near. And now he's a
Yeah, I mean
Super
they
Bowl
got they got
champ.
something back for him. They got something back
Yeah,
for him. I
but,
don't know what they got.
you know,
Maybe it was what's that nigga's name? I don't know that. What's the Panthers quarterback name? Bryce Young.
Yeah, Bryce
Bryce
Young.
Young. I don't know if that helped them get that pick or what, but I don't know. Shannon, before we move on, what was your thoughts about the game, bro?
Oh, look at
So
that.
I thought the
Okay.
game
The
Okay.
background with the
was.
cross. Okay.
Oh,
Thank you. I thought the game was all right, but ended up getting really boring for me. I did not make it to the end of the fourth quarter.
Mm.
So overall, I guess it was decent, but it was definitely boring for me.
yep, that's pretty much what we said. Pretty much what we said. But, the part that for sure is there to be entertaining, we're going to go ahead and get to that, which would have been the halftime show. Everybody was anticipating the halftime show performed by Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny was the first solo Latino male artist to headline the halftime show. He did perform there before. I think it was was it Shakira?
Shakira, yeah.
Shakira. Yeah,
Shakira.
but, he wasn't the headline.
No. No, her ass was the headline.
Hey. Facts. Shit, man. Were y'all entertained? We also, at the same time, we're going to get to that too. We also had Turning Point, the American halftime show.
All American halftime.
Excuse me, the All American halftime show. So, I guess
Get
which
it
one
right.
y'all want?
Let's go with Bad Bunny, man.
Let's go with Bad
yeah,
Bunny.
that's the one that
So,
I was rocking with.
you was
I
rocking
fucking
with
loved
the
it.
Bad Bunny. You
I
fucking
fucking
loved
loved
it?
it. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
It was alright.
Okay.
It was alright. I did see that Trey sent the link for the turning point, and I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't clicking that shit. Wasn't clicking it. I'm unprepared about what happened. I've seen some clips, but yeah, I think no fucks about that shit. Fuck that shit. That shit is
All
stupid,
right.
bro. Like it's just dumb. I feel like, if you guys want to have an all-American halftime great Super Bowl show and bring everybody together, 'cause like we don't understand Spanish. Like, I mean, you guys brought
So,
out
now go
like
ahead. I was going.
the people that they brought out, like Kid Rock, and I mean those are like hardcore MAGA supporters. You know what I mean? Like that show wasn't for us. You know what I mean? That show was for a certain group of people. It wasn't for people
It was
like
for
us to
it was
tune
for
in.
all Americans.
Yeah, we're American, but that wasn't for us.
Mm.
So yeah, I had no interest in that. I feel like if they wanted to, they could have got like Willie Nelson and Snoop Dogg on stage together. with some country artists or something, but you know, kind of.
Snoop Dogg in Italy at the for the
Yeah, he's at
Olympics.
the Olympics. I hate
Yeah.
fucking country and hip hop fused together, by the way.
I mean, hey, that brings both worlds together, man. You can have your fucking red MAGA hats and you can have the fitted hats, all tuned in together, bro. So,
I
but
got my
that shit
red
was
Mexican hat and
trash.
my fitted hat.
Okay.
Hey, hold on. But before we move on, what did you? So you said you liked the. What was your favorite part of the Bad Bunny show before we move on
Uh,
from you?
well, during the Bad Bunny, I mean, the performance was cool. It was probably one of like the worst performances like that I watched, you know, like it wasn't great. Um, it just wasn't for me, but you know, after you know, like reading shit about it and all the, you know, like how he gave his Grammy to the little 5-year-old that got held by
Yeah.
ICE, you know, like
That
that
wasn't him.
spoke. It
That was a
wasn't
representation of him. No, that was just supposed to represent him, but that was not him.
fucking social media. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was cool. I just did not understand anything, so like I just wasn't like really into it. Maybe if I had like the surround sound, then like the music would have sounded a little better, but just my TV, it was just kind of mid. Um, but you know, I didn't dislike it. It just really wasn't for me. But it was cool. I watched
Yeah.
that versus tuning into the turning point. I was keeping
Well,
that, but
I'm glad you said that. I'll just go ahead and get my shit off real quick out the way. So I watched Bad Bunny and I didn't really give a fuck. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I mean, it was there, it was on. Obviously, I don't speak Spanish, but I didn't care. I didn't hate that he was on there. I mean, yeah. I mean, I didn't hate that he was on there, but I can understand some people saying this is an American sport. We're watching fucking football. And the whole entire halftime show was in goddamn it Spanish. So
yeah,
I'm just sitting there like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a fan of Bad Bunny's music. I'm not a fan. That's just not my shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not
Yeah.
from New York. I'm from fucking Ohio. So we don't have a deep
Reggaeton.
Hispanic culture here. So that's just not some shit I listened to growing up or whatever. I'm sure if I was out somewhere and that shit was on, I'd probably be tapping my foot or whatever, doing a little something, something, not knowing what the fuck I'm, going to, but it'll definitely make you dance. But the shit was boring. His voice is fucking monotone. I don't
yeah,
understand. Is it just his looks that got him famous? Because it's like he don't sing.
No, he's a.
And this is my ignorant. So people out there don't fucking hop in the comments getting all pissy. Actually, if you want to, that'll be great. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe while you're down there. But I just that's just not my shit. And it just everything sounded the same. It's like his voice didn't go up or down. It was just yeah.
That's bro. That's reggaeton, bro. That's rapping. It's basically rapping
Well,
reggae Spanish in Spanish, basically.
I'm good on that. So that's that. And I would like to say also, I would like for the halftime show, it would be nice if we would stop politicizing the fucking halftime show.
Politicizing
I get
everything,
it.
really.
I get it. And, I don't know. I'm not trying to make this long winded, but I'll just keep it there because really I don't give a fuck what anybody say about what my thoughts are. I really wish they would stop trying to politicize the goddamn entertainment at the halftime show. Like I came to watch the halftime show and it just between them and then of course also fucking Turning Point. You know what I mean? And it's like it's obvious that this is like y'all totally taking over the fucking NFL halftime show. I did watch the link that Trey sent just because I wanted to shit on the shit that I talk about. You know what I mean? I wanted to actually say I saw the shit and then shit on it. Listen, surprisingly, if you take all the politics and all this shit out of it, and if you put me down and was like, hey, you got to watch one of these, I'm not going to lie. I'm not into country either, but I lightweight might would have rather at least had that on the TV just because. Besides, aesthetically and visually, Bad Bunnies was more appealing. I mean, they had bitches in the. I mean, sorry, they had women, girls in the background. You know what I'm saying? A lot of little Latinas dancing around and Puerto Ricans and all that shit. Very nice. Turning Point, it was just like a stage and then whoever was up there. As much as I know that may not be the thing to say, we want to say fuck MAGA and all that. I'm looking at it as whatever, a halftime show, not none of the other bullshit with it. Kid Rock, when he came out, I'm not gonna lie, that shit was lightweight lit. It was lightweight lit. I ain't gonna lie, and I know that song, so you know what I mean. But am I playing that shit? No. Am I ever playing that shit in the car? Never. You know what I mean?
When you were a teen, you played that shit.
Yeah, I'm not playing that shit. But the little chick with the violin and the dude with the cello, that was kind of dope. You know what I'm saying? A little classical thing to it. They had some other dude up there. His shit was all right. And obviously, I could understand what they were saying. So, I don't know, man. It is what it is. Apparently, you know, obviously, there's a bunch of Easter eggs and hidden messages in Bad Bunny's thing. I'm going to repeat what I said last year. The same, it went with fucking Kendrick Lamar. I'm not trying to fucking decipher your show, bro. Just put on a show and entertain. You know what I mean? So that's my take on the halftime show.
Shannon, you want to go ahead and go? I'll
Yeah, I can. I only watched the halftime show for the Super Bowl. It's the only one that I watched, and it was a no for me. I also don't speak Spanish. I had no idea, so I sat here waiting for it to be over because I had no idea what they were saying, what he was saying. Overall, it was a no for me. It's probably one of the worst I've seen as far as trying to figure out what was going on and what does this mean? What does that mean? What is he saying? And then all these trees around are actually real people dressed in trees. This just was a whole lot. At the end of the day, it was a no for me. I didn't know what he was saying.
They were being environmentally responsible.
Friendly. I don't know. Shannon, what do you...
I mean, if I had to choose a halftime show, I'd rather at least listen to something that I could understand.
Shannon, what do you think about people that have said, people that say shit like, I couldn't understand them, so that shit was trash? They're saying like, oh, they're whatever, ignorant, or they're just they're getting a negative knock if you say that. I agree with you, but
they weren't they saying
I don't think about that at all.
Like, it was a vibe.
Yeah, like still, so what? You couldn't understand it. It's a vibe.
It was a whole vibe.
It wasn't my type of music to like anyway. So outside of not understanding what he was saying, because I don't understand that, what he was saying, it wasn't my vibe of music anyway.
Nah, I feel you.
Okay.
I wasn't vibing with. I wasn't.
Wasn't his vibe.
I do think it was cool that, like with everything we got going on right now, like with ICE and, and all that shit. To, be like Puerto Rican of that descent, whatever, Hispanic, and to be on that stage and just doing your thing, like, I feel like that's pretty dope. But other than that,
go ahead.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm tired of niggas getting looked over. I know this ain't got shit to do with the Super Bowl, sorta, but I'm tired of niggas getting looked over, and then we always supposed to come running and be so goddamn empathetic for everything that's going on once other people start getting fucked with. That's why I just want to watch the fucking shit, bro. I'm sorry, but African Americans have been here in this fucking country being mistreated for God knows how long, and nobody comes running to our aid and this and that. We just we keep going every day. We fucking stay here and we deal with it. Not saying
to be honest, a lot of the Hispanics that are getting effed with right now were voting for the Reds. I mean, what, like, not to say this is okay, but at the same point, like, why, like, I don't know.
Now I'm supposed to be like, oh my God, I'm just, bro. Come on. Go ahead, Trado, and we can get out of here.
So here's my thoughts on the Super Bowl. Like, so the Super Bowl halftime show. Now, I'll go ahead and start with what pissed me off. What pissed me off is I turn on the TV and I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. It's in Spanish. Now, why do I have to look at two guys grinding each other when my kids are watching,
Oh.
two guys grinding each other outside of the freaking car. I'm like, bro, like what the fuck, bro?
Shout out to the
Oh.
gays.
Shout out to the gays,
saw-
but I don't want to see that shit, man.
I saw a video.
I didn't see it.
This dude was talking about somebody saying what you said, and he was like, "You had to be looking hard as fuck to see that because it happened like that quick." So,
You
like,
don't
the
have to
video,
look. The camera was zoomed in on them. You don't have to look hard. The camera was literally like it was two dudes on screen grinding at one point.
I
Then they
thought-
panned out. They were focusing on them motherfuckers, and then they panned out. Like
Yeah, they
it
were,
wasn't hard to look. It was right fucking there. Like
they were definitely grinding on each other. It was very inappropriate.
I did not see it. I did not see it. I might have to find that clip and put it right there in the middle.
And then the other thing kind of pissed me off about the Super Bowl. Hold on. Let me get my thing in. The other thing that I got pissed. The other thing that pissed me off about the Super Bowl is the fact that the fucking no, I don't have to find a clip right now. He said he's gonna do
No, Jermaine said he wanted to find that clip.
I'm talking about after post.
So the other thing that pissed me off about it is the fact that okay, this whole time I'm thinking, you know what I mean? Bad Bunny got announced for Super Bowl. I was like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? Listen to the reggaeton. There's gonna be some subtitles in English, so I can vibe out with them. You know what I mean? I know they're gonna speak Spanish, but there's gonna be some subtitles. Get to the fucking Super Bowl. Where the fuck are the subtitles, bro? They said there's 400,000 Spanish speakers in America, right? So that's like what, about a fifth or a sixth of the America? What about the other 4/6?
4/6.
What about the rest of us? Put it that way. What about the rest of us?
I don't know if your math right, but go ahead.
It might not be right, but just bear with me here. What about the rest of us that actually, okay, so I wanted to vibe out with them. I wanted to see what they were talking about. I wanted to, you know what I mean? Like, oh, okay, this is what they're singing about in the song. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I wanted to be there in the moment with all, you know, my Spanish brothers. But now I can't because I don't understand what's going on. And there was like, oh, well, you should have learned Spanish. Fuck that. If I wanted to learn Spanish, I would have learned it in fucking high school. I don't want to learn Spanish. You know why? Because I don't give a fuck about learning it. And no disrespect to my Spanish brothers and cousins. I got plenty of Spanish cousins out there. No disrespect to you. I don't want to fucking learn your language. Okay? Like, I've been immersed in your culture. I've been to plenty fucking quinceañeras and plenty of fucking Mexican weddings. And guess what? I'm drunk enough to understand and be able to dance and shit like that. But at the same point, like, if it's on national TV, I want to see what the fuck they're saying.
Okay.
Now, the good thing about it, I mean, it was definitely multicultural. I love the fact that they included everybody in America. There was a bunch of symbolism in it that Jermaine obviously already said that fuck that shit, I don't want to see it. But there was a lot of symbolism. The iced out, the all white thing that he was wearing, the all out. It was kind of like a jersey sweatsuit kind of thing he was wearing. That was supposed to symbolize iced out, ice out. The electrical things that they were kind of dancing on, that was supposed to symbolize the they're still being out of electricity since I think it was a tsunami that hit their island back in the day. They're still kind of not back in the day, it was kind of like 3 or 4 years ago. They're basically protesting that. Yeah, the pole, they're dancing on the electrical pole. Yeah. There's a bunch of symbolism in it. And basically the football at the end, I think that was probably my favorite moment, the football at the end. America's all of us, or we're all America, or something like that.
We're stronger together or some shit. I don't want to. That's the shit. I don't want to hear that shit, bro. I don't want to hear that bullshit. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that just because when niggas show up when it's us. Show up when it's us. That's all I want to say.
Now I will go back to the TPUSA real quick, and I'll just go over it real quick. Look, I can't stand Crack Rock, bro. I cannot stand it, man. He is I just like I do not like the dude, period. Like Kid Rock is I liked him back in the day, back when I was 15, 16, but his whole MAGA, like he's a MAGA fanatic, bro. He's fucking just all MAGA, and I just don't like it anymore. Now the TPUSA halftime it was cool altogether. I mean, I did recognize some of the songs, some of the country songs. I did like you said earlier, the violin, blah blah blah. But I'm still like kind of like, why did we need
We didn't.
a second halftime show?
We didn't.
Like,
and that's
yeah.
what I mean. This politicizing the shit where it's trying to still divide instead of it just being what it is.
And then
We get what we get. How many years did we get fucking Aerosmith and goddamn it U2? We didn't want to watch that shit either, but we had to sit through it.
Yeah.
It wasn't our turn this time, and and that's why no matter what I said, I'm fine with Bad Bunny's performance. It just wasn't our turn this time. But did I want to watch? No, I didn't want to watch that shit at all.
You think they were mad because like
the-
he wasn't they didn't think he was like a citizen or what?
unless you're retarded, then you would realize that
Special
Puerto
needs.
Ricans are special needs. This time we live in is horrible.
'Cause-
I want a different timeline.
'cause, I mean, Jermaine brought up U2.
No, the Puerto Ricans are Americans. Island was annexed back in like, I don't even know what year was it. But anyways, Puerto Ricans, America. If you're listening, Puerto Ricans are Americans. They have a vote. They have a governor. They're Americans.
I don't think they have a vote.
They don't have a vote.
You
Maybe they
brought
don't have a
up-
vote. But they're protected by Americans.
Right. It's U.S. territory.
You don't have to have a passport to go to Puerto Rico.
If we didn't
Or
have
Hawaii.
we didn't have a second halftime show when U2 performed. You know,
Right.
they're not.
And that goes back to everybody's not going to be, everybody's just not going to be satisfied. Everybody has their own thing. And then we do have Hispanic Americans here. So I don't have no problem with them having some representation as well. I wish there would have been, maybe he did a song or two in English.
That'd be nice.
Just you know what I'm saying? Just to
Or
throw
some
one or
fucking
two
subtitles.
in there. But I don't really give a shit. I just wish they would just stop politicizing the whole fucking entertainment of the halftime show in general. So those are. I don't really have any other closing thoughts. Do y'all have any closing thoughts before we wrap this shit up?
I did have one closing thought. So I was talking to one of my kids' teachers earlier today, and basically we was talking about the Super Bowl and stuff like that. And I was like, so I've talked to her before for Super Bowl, stuff like that. I've known her for like 6-7 years now. And I was like, so how'd you like I know she's really good. She likes commercials a lot. I was like, how'd you like commercials? And she was like, you know what? I missed most of the commercials because I was so ready to turn to the TPUSA halftime show that I just missed them. And I'm like, thinking in my head, like, I didn't say this to her, but because she's really good friends, I would never want to, mess that friendship up. I'm one of the people that I'm not going to fuck up a friendship over political views. Fuck that. It's fucking stupid. It's fucking retarded. It's special needs. Sorry. But at the same point, like, I will say this though, like, if you're so fixated on your political view and your political beliefs and, this wasn't a problem until the right said it was a problem. Right? None of us was like, oh my gosh, Bad Bunny's is performing. I need a safe place to watch it. Nobody said anything until the right media decided to say something about it. And now you're so fixated on that you missed your favorite part of the Super Bowl because this is a whole thing. You're missing out on life because of what your beliefs are. Your political beliefs are. This is not your moral beliefs. This is not your anything else but your political beliefs. And we just need to drop that shit because, like, I don't give a fuck about politics. I've told y'all before, I'm not right. I'm not left. I kind of swing in the middle, but I'm not going to, my opinion isn't going to be so hindered that I'm going to miss some of the favorite things that I love in life because of my political beliefs. And I'll leave it at that.
All right. All righty. You heard it. Swayze, you got anything before we get up out of here?
That's what I had to say. But yeah, overall, it just wasn't for me. Super Bowl itself was mid, and next year we will give you guys something a little more exciting. Do that. We got you, boys.
Okay.
We ain't gonna
All
let
right.
you down.
We are not responsible
Shannon-
for any of that, but sure.
Shannon, you got any closing thoughts before we get up out of here? Anything you want to leave the people with?
Nah, I give the Super Bowl overall 6 out of 10.
6 out of
So,
10.
6 out of
Okay.
10?
I can ride with that.
Yeah, I'll go 5. I'll give it a straight 50. But yeah, that's it. That's our take on the Super Bowl, y'all. Let us know down below what you thought of the Super Bowl halftime show, all of that. And it's been respectfully a pod show. And if you feel like you need to turn the fucking TV off over a halftime show or turn to something else because your feelings will be hurt, grow the fuck up.
You're a bitch.
And we out.
Millions making millions.